Something massive is happening around Ripple and XRP right now, and many people are still sleeping on it. While most traders only watch the daily price chart, Ripple is quietly building global power in some of the most important financial regions in the world. Today's biggest update comes from the United Arab Emirates, where Ripple has made a major move that could shape the future of XRP adoption. Welcome to XRP Gold Silver Scope, where we break down the real moves behind the headlines. Ripple has officially expanded its presence in the UAE by opening a new regional headquarters inside the Dubai International Financial Center, also known as DIFC. This is not just another office opening. This is a strategic power move. The DIFC is one of the most respected financial zones in the world and serves as a bridge connecting the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia. It is home to thousands of companies, major banks, investment firms, family offices, and financial institutions managing hundreds of billions of dollars. When a company like Ripple chooses to grow inside a place like this, it sends a strong message. Ripple is not chasing hype. Ripple is planting roots where serious money moves. Ripple first entered Dubai years ago, but now the company is increasing its footprint in a much bigger way. Reports show the new office gives Ripple enough space to double the size of its regional team. That means one thing: demand is growing fast. Think about what that means carefully. Companies do not hire more people and expand offices unless they see incoming business. Ripple clearly expects more clients, more partnerships, more payment flows, and more demand for its services across the region. And this matters for XRP holders because Ripple's ecosystem keeps growing. Ripple now offers much more than simple cross-border payments. The company has expanded into custody, stablecoins, tokenization, treasury tools, and enterprise blockchain infrastructure. Every new relationship can create new doors for XRP liquidity use in the future. One of the most important parts of this story is regulation. Ripple became the first blockchain payments provider fully licensed by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. That is a major win. Being first matters. It shows trust, compliance strength, and leadership. Many crypto companies talk big, but regulators choose carefully. Ripple being first tells institutions that Ripple is a serious player built for long-term finance. Another huge development is that RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin, has also been recognized in the region. This means Ripple now has both payment rails and stablecoin utility growing under regulated frameworks. That gives clients multiple options depending on their business needs. Some businesses may choose stablecoins first because of lower volatility. Others may later move toward XRP when they want liquidity speed, efficiency, and foreign exchange advantages. This creates a pipeline toward future XRP use rather than forcing instant adoption. Ripple leadership also made strong comments. They said the Middle East has become a key engine of global growth for the company. That should get investor attention immediately. If one region is driving growth now, imagine what happens when multiple regions scale at the same time. Dubai has positioned itself as a future-ready financial hub. It welcomes innovation while still maintaining structure. That is exactly the kind of environment Ripple needs. While some countries are still debating crypto laws, others are already building the next financial system. And that is where smart money looks. XRP investors should understand something important. Real value is not built from memes or daily candles. It is built through infrastructure, legal clarity, business adoption, and real transaction demand. Ripple's move in Dubai checks all 4 boxes. This is why many long-term holders stay patient. They know the chart can move later, but the foundation is being built now. As Ripple doubles its team, expands operations, and deepens partnerships across the UAE and surrounding regions, the market may eventually realize XRP is tied to something much bigger than short-term speculation. Right now, the crowd is focused on noise. Ripple is focused on building. And history often rewards builders. Now let's move to another major region that could change the future of global payments: South Korea. This market has always been important for XRP, and recent developments are adding even more fuel to the story. Korea is known for strong crypto participation, active retail traders, and serious interest in digital assets. XRP has historically been one of the most traded coins in the country, which makes every blockchain payment update there worth watching closely. A new report revealed that major Korean companies and financial groups are working together on blockchain-based remittances and corporate fund transfers. The goal is simple but powerful: replace slow and expensive legacy systems with faster blockchain rails. For years, the old payment model depended heavily on separate messaging systems and delayed settlement processes. That creates waiting time, higher fees, operational friction, and lack of transparency. Businesses want something better. They want real-time movement, lower cost, and clearer tracking. That is exactly why blockchain solutions are gaining momentum. The recent Korean agreement focuses on combining payment instructions and settlement together through blockchain technology. In simple words, they want money to move faster and smarter. This matters because once institutions experience efficient blockchain rails, it becomes very difficult to go backward. Even if XRP is not directly named in every deal, the bigger signal is clear. The world is actively searching for alternatives to old systems. That is bullish for XRP. Why? Because XRP was designed from the beginning for cross-border value transfer. Speed, low cost, scalability, and liquidity efficiency are core strengths of the XRP ledger. So every time another country proves legacy systems are outdated, XRP's original use case becomes stronger. Ripple also has its own separate momentum in Korea. One important update is Ripple's partnership involving K-Bank, Korea's first internet-only bank. The focus is digital asset wallet infrastructure through Ripple Custody Solutions. This shows Ripple is not waiting around. The company is entering markets through practical products institutions can use today. That is how serious adoption happens. Not with headlines alone, but with systems being installed behind the scenes. Another key development involves tokenization and settlement exploration tied to Korean financial players. This is important because tokenized assets, digital bonds, stablecoins, and blockchain settlement all connect to the same larger future financial ecosystem. Ripple wants to be inside that ecosystem early. Now think bigger for a moment. If Korea modernizes cross-border transfers, if the Middle East expands blockchain payment rails, if Japan moves toward crypto ETFs, and if the United States improves regulation, then XRP sits in the middle of a global environment becoming more favorable over time. This is why many investors focus too much on today's candle and miss tomorrow's structure. The market often prices reality late. Another major voice in the XRP space, Ripple CTO David Schwartz, also discussed the future of programmability on the XRP ledger. He explained that some use cases need light smart contract functionality, especially for things like trust-minimized bridging and interoperability. That may sound technical, but here is what it means in simple terms. Different blockchains need to communicate. Assets need to move between networks securely. Businesses want systems that connect rather than compete in isolation. Ripple understands this and wants XRP Ledger to stay efficient while still adding useful functionality. That is a smart strategy. Some chains became slow and expensive because they tried to do everything. Ripple appears focused on balance, maintain speed, low fees, reliability, while adding enough flexibility to unlock more real-world use. That could attract developers, institutions, and liquidity providers who need performance without chaos. And remember, utility creates demand. If more assets move across XRP Ledger rails, if more custody tools launch, if tokenization grows, and if bridges between chains expand, XRP's role becomes stronger in the long term. South Korea's latest moves are not just local news. They are part of a global pattern. Banks want modernization. Businesses want faster treasury movement. Institutions want compliant blockchain partners. Governments want innovation with control. Investors want exposure before the crowd understands. Ripple seems to be positioning for all of it. So while some people ask why XRP has not exploded yet, the better question may be this: what happens when all these separate pieces finally connect? Dubai expansion, Korean infrastructure growth, custody adoption, tokenization, stablecoins, interoperability, regulatory progress. Sometimes markets move slowly, until suddenly they move fast. Now let's talk about the part everyone is watching closely: XRP price action. While Ripple keeps expanding globally, many investors are asking one simple question: when will the market finally react? Right now, XRP has been trading inside a consolidation range. This means price has been moving between support and resistance without a confirmed breakout. That often happens before a major move. Markets usually compress first, then expand later. Analysts are watching key levels very carefully. If XRP can break above resistance and hold that level as support, momentum could quickly return. In that type of scenario, price targets around the higher range become possible in the short term. Strong breakouts often attract sidelined buyers, traders chasing momentum, and fresh market attention. But there is another side investors must respect. If XRP fails to break upward and loses support zones, price could revisit lower levels before finding strength again. That is why structure matters more than emotion. Smart investors watch confirmations, not wishful thinking. Still, many people believe May and the months ahead could become very interesting for XRP. Why? Because price does not move in isolation. It responds to catalysts. And right now, catalysts are building everywhere. Ripple is expanding in Dubai. Institutional partnerships are growing in Asia. Stablecoin utility is increasing. XRP ledger development continues. Traditional finance is warming up to tokenization. Countries are exploring digital asset ETFs. These are not random stories. These are puzzle pieces. Japan is another market worth watching. Reports suggest digital asset ETFs may arrive in coming years as regulation progresses. If major economies continue opening doors to crypto investment products, capital access becomes easier for traditional investors. That matters more than many people realize. The easier it becomes for pension funds, wealth managers, institutions, and everyday investors to gain crypto exposure through regulated products, the larger the possible inflow over time. And if XRP gains stronger legal clarity in major markets, that could remove one of the biggest barriers that has slowed sentiment for years. This is why long-term holders remain focused. They understand that price can lag fundamentals for a while. Sometimes the market ignores growth until it can no longer ignore it. Let's be realistic though. No one knows the exact date XRP will make its next massive move. Anyone claiming guaranteed numbers or guaranteed timing is guessing. Markets are influenced by liquidity, macro news, regulation, Bitcoin direction, investor psychology, and unexpected events. But what we can observe is this: Ripple continues building, partnerships continue expanding, regulatory progress continues improving, utility conversations continue growing. That combination is why many investors still keep XRP on their radar. If a surprise announcement arrives, sentiment can change fast. If institutions increase usage, narratives can shift fast. If broader crypto momentum returns, strong altcoins can move aggressively. So the question may not be whether XRP has potential. The question may be whether investors are patient enough to wait for the market to catch up. For now, keep your eyes open. Watch the real developments, not just the noise. Follow adoption, regulation, and infrastructure growth. Those are the signals that often matter most. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more powerful XRP updates explained in simple English, Make sure you subscribe to XRP Gold Silver Scope, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next big move. The next XRP bombshell could drop when people least expect it.